On my drive to the office here today, after I took about 90 minutes this morning shoveling a path out of my driveway in my alley, because we don't plow alleys in the city of Chicago. Um, One of my favorite bands of all time, the Talking Heads, came on the radio, and one of my favorite songs of theirs is "Once in a Lifetime," and it's a really popular song, so maybe you've heard it. But why I love this song, right? It's one of my favorite songs because the lyric that ends the first verse, right? It's a powerful question. And David Byrne, the lead singer, right? Rhode Island native, he says, and you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? And that's such a powerful question, right? Because it's such a self reflective question. And how often do we ask that? How did I get here? Right? So I really encourage you all to take some time and reflect on that question. How did you get here? Who helped you? Who was that person that extended that hand to you when you were on the ground, right? Who lended you a shoulder and an ear when you needed someone to listen, right? Or a place to rest. When I think about that question, and this morning, as I was on my way to the office, I'm looking at my calendar and remembering I get to spend a couple minutes with you. I thought about the leadership journey, right? I think about all the little things that have happened to me that ended up resulting in big moments in my life, right? Like Doug had mentioned, being Realtor of the Year and the past president of the Chicago Association of Realtors, right? I was 135th president, but the first Korean American president in our 135-year history. Those are all results that happened from small moments that led up to that. And when I think about it, my greatest achievements were the results of small beginnings. And this topic is discussed in one of my favorite books too. It's called The One Thing. And in that book, they call this the domino effect, right? And a domino, right, on its own, it stands 2 inches tall. And it weighs about roughly the same about like a box of matches, right? Not too heavy. It really isn't much. However, the force that this small domino creates when pushed over can knock over another one that's a 1.5 times its size, 1.5 bigger than this, right? This chain reaction of force can compound into knocking over the equivalent of the Eiffel Tower in its 23rd iteration, all from the small beginnings of a 2-inch domino. And I share this with you, and I thought about this because, as I mentioned, right, as you prepare for your year as servant leaders, we are all servant leaders. My biggest takeaway for you when we talk about how we can go from the local to the national level from a standpoint of what's going on in your market, right? Hot topics, things that are important to you, right? My biggest takeaway for you is that we are all this 2-inch domino. The way we treat each other, the way we treat our clients and our industry, it'll set off a chain reaction of force that will compound into something big. And that's a fact. You can't argue with that because that's physics. The power we have as leaders is a choice of positivity or negativity, in which we want our energy to compound and ultimately set off that chain reaction. And I empower all of us to remember this, right? Next time we interact, whether it's at a committee meeting, a board meeting, at a conference, right? Or if it's during negotiations or a showing, we are each other's first domino. And so nothing happens at a national level without you, without us at the local level. That first domino setting off that chain reaction. Be grateful for this opportunity that will allow you and us to be that domino this year for your not just association and membership, but for our industry. And be grateful for all the dominoes in your life that you have that have paved the path that led you to this opportunity, right? That is truly once in a lifetime.